It was 10 p.m. in May 1972. Four friends, Abby, Vicky, Jana, and Carol were driving back from a rodeo in a Chevy Nova. To save time, they turned onto a deserted road leading into Gadianton Canyon. They knew the route well, but as they crossed a cattle guard, the atmosphere changed. The air felt thick, and the radio began emitting a sound like 1,000 voices whispering at once. Suddenly, the rugged red desert of southern Utah was gone. The real fact of their testimony describes a landscape that was geographically impossible. The girls found themselves on a high-speed 4-lane highway made of brilliant white cement, bordered by lush green wheat fields. To their left was a massive, glowing lake. There are no lakes in that part of the Utah desert. Confused and terrified, they pulled into what they thought was a truck stop or a cafe. But as they slowed down, they realized the people standing outside weren't human. They described them as incredibly tall, with elongated limbs and moving skin. These figures didn't wave. They pointed. Within seconds, for aerodynamic, 3-wheeled craft emerged from behind a building and began a high-speed pursuit of the girls' Chevy. The girls didn't wait to find out what they wanted. Abby floored the Nova, hitting nearly 100 miles per hour on the white road. The 3-wheeled vehicles were gaining on them effortlessly, making no engine noise, only a faint humming sound. Just as the girls reached the edge of the canyon, the car hit a shimmering patch of air. There was a violent jolt, like a physical pop, and suddenly they were back on the dirt road in the pitch-black Utah night. They didn't stop until they reached a gas station in Modena. When the attendant looked at their car, he found something the girls couldn't explain. The car was covered in a fine, iridescent dust that glowed under a black light. More importantly, one of their hubcaps was missing. Years later, a local rancher found a hubcap in the canyon that looked like it belonged to a Chevy Nova, but it was fused with a ceramic metallic alloy that was significantly lighter and stronger than anything produced in 1972. This is the real fact that keeps investigators coming back to Gadianton Canyon, if it was just a hallucination. Why did the car have physical traces of a world that doesn't exist? In 2026, researchers studying the Skinwalker Ranch phenomena have noted that Gadianton Canyon lies on the same geological fault line of the strange. Scientists believe these areas are thin spots, where the frequency of our reality overlaps with another. The girls didn't drive into a different state. They drove into a version of Utah where the desert had been terraformed and the inhabitants weren't human. Please like, follow, and subscribe for more shocking real facts.